Okay, basically the start of the reunion starts like with some highlights, I guess, that are gonna go on throughout like the three-part reunion. And we see that at some point Apollo is gonna be there. Um, I don't know why Apollo would be there unless he and Phaedra are trying to rekindle. That's just my thoughts. Um, but we'll see. Yeah, so we're gonna start right there.
old times. And I appreciate you for showing support to me in a terrible time of my life because of all what I still struggle with it today. Thank you. Okay. All right. We're going to leave it there and we'll break into lunch.
Okay. So that's the end of it. Basically, Quad is upset, as she should be, because the ladies in that group thought that when that clip came out about Dr. Jackie making the statement about black women being dramatized or whatever, and crying wolf, as she said, or whatever, they felt as though Quad put that out, and that makes no sense to me. And I don't understand like why they would think Quad. Like, I mean, from what I've seen on the show, what's been, disclosed to us, I hadn't seen anything that Jackie's done to Quad that would make her, want to do something like go dig up a clip that she actually said or whatever and put it out so, she could be judged by what she said. But whatever, that's where they are. And on the next episode, the husbands will be entering, and we see that there are some accusations about Dr. Daddy. Now, see, this is my thing. Because I love me some Dr. Daddy. Dr. Daddy don't bother nobody. He cool, calm, and collected. He stay in his own zone. And whatever is going on between Dr. Daddy and Dr. Heavenly, that is their business. That's their marriage or whatever. And you don't know what type of stuff that people have going on in their marriage, what they've discussed, and what's okay for them. I personally, if Dr. Daddy is cheating on Dr. Heavenly, believe me, ain't nobody gonna know about it. I don't put nothing past no man, but I just find it very hard to believe that Dr. Daddy would be that, tacky and that careless to let it be out. But hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I just don't like the, on Dr. Daddy, because Dr. Daddy does not absolutely bother anybody. Don't like it. I do not. Okay, so the next topic, we're going to Real Housewives of Potomac. And I have really been out of the loop. I've been turned off this season from Real Housewives of Potomac because they always with some old shenanigans. I don't like the way that they protect Giselle with her gizzard neck. I don't like, her and Robin teaming up and how they feel like everybody should go with what they say, and then they treat everybody else like shit or whatever. I don't like that. And I absolutely do not care for the new girl on the show. She came in this season or whatever, and it was already clear from the jump that she wanted to be on the side of the green-eyed bandits. She'll be another Wendy, because when Wendy first came, and that's right, PN2 rights, they absolutely shouldn't. But like I said, and I really didn't like that because Dr. Daddy is like the least involved husband. He doesn't bother anybody. Like, I mean, he really doesn't. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Back to Real Housewives of Potomac. Like I said, I've been out the loop with them. Like, I got kind of turned off. I didn't like the new girl coming in and just starting mess and wanting to be on the side of the green-eyed bandits without giving anybody else a chance. And I found it strange and odd because she's Nigerian, just like Wendy. And I know that in that culture, they kind of, stick together and, have like a mutual respect for each other. So it was just kind of odd the way she came in, she was 10 green eyed bandits, came in with all that drama, accusing Wendy's mom of being a witch, just the drama. It seems like, she may have been there to just, come against Wendy. That's what it seemed like to me. But hey, I'm on the outside looking in. I don't really know. But the episode picks up when they're on a vacation, and let's see.
Before this whole financial crisis, I had actually retained a lawyer to file for divorce. What? When me and the stripper got with Gordon, she really thought that she was going to be able to sit back and live a life of leisure.
Robin kills me. Robin always has so much to say about everybody else's marriage, but then here when they start talking about her and one marriage, she can't take it. Or whatever. Like she up there talking about Gordon and Mia, which I do believe that Mia is a gold digger. I mean, she own it. That's one thing I can give her. She owns that she is a gold digger. You know what I'm saying? But Robin seems to have so much to say about everybody else's relationship. Yet when it comes to one and the things that we've seen via social media, she is about to have a heart attack. I don't like that. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't sit around and talk about everybody else's relationships and what they got going on. Then when yours come out or whatever, you want to be silent and quiet and bad because people want to talk about. No, bitch, it's your turn. I don't like that about them, and that is who they are. Her and her long neck mess ass friend Giselle. I don't like neither one of them. And I usually try to support my state because Giselle's dad is from my state. Um, but I can't get with Giselle.
Do you ever have concern about her going to school in Florida? Yes, you do. 100%. Do you notice the way that we looking at each other? It's really awkward. I'm talking about my daughter. Yeah. Hey, you gonna stretch your face out? Get the fuck out of here.
So here we go with the pettiness or whatever. Giselle is accusing Wendy and Candace of being ugly towards her daughter. They were at a dinner and they began to ask questions about the oldest daughter of Giselle going out to college in Florida. We all know that Florida is a mess right now when it comes to racism. The DeSantis out there and trying to, deport out the immigrants or whatever. Like he ain't no damn immigrant, but there's another story for another damn day or whatever. So they're asking, like, does she have concern for her daughter going out there? She says yes. And to me, Candace nor Wendy made any faces like to say that they weren't concerned. And Wendy came along and she told them, last season Giselle accused her of being ugly towards her daughter. So now when the subject comes up for children, she avoids it. However, Giselle, in true Giselle fashion, will want to make a mountain out of molehill into a mountain, or however my grandma used to say it, whichever one. She gonna make nothing into something. And so, they discussed that or whatever, and it's just Giselle is irritating to me. Giselle, I don't know why they cater to her or whatever, but Giselle irritates my soul. Her and her boyfriend Robin. I can't stand neither one of them. They go on throughout the dinner or whatever. A conversation comes up about a trainer that the Grand Dame is, working with or whatever. And it turns out that Ashley Darby uh is friends with this new trainer that uh Miss Grand Dame is using. And Ashley gets extremely giddy, like high school girl crush stuff or whatever, and she lets everybody know that they are friends and they flirt with each other or whatever. And I was surprised because he is black. I didn't think Ashley liked black men, but I guess so. Um, and so they kind of roundabout play about that. Giselle confronts the Grand Dame about her not addressing Wendy or Candace about things that they do, um, and acting different when she's with them versus when she's with the other girl. High school petty ass shit or whatever. But that's Giselle and Robin and apparently the new chick. Not much else happened or whatever. They just, go through the trip. They have a couple of conversations, of course. They're gonna accuse the Grand Dame or trying to, be somebody's sugar mama or step out on Ray, which, what I'm saying, I don't bit more believe that or nothing. But that's what they do. They've been doing it for a few seasons or whatever, trying to push that narrative that Karen Huger is cheating on Ray. And hell, if it's true, hell, Ray don't give a damn or whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, that's basically all about that. Now we're gonna get into Miss Natalie, or as I call her, Nat Chin Young. Miss Natalie Nunn. If any of you know her, if you ever watch Bad Girls Club or whatever, you know that she was a part of that, and she has like a show on Zeus called Baddies, East, West, South, North, all of them. But this week, Miss Natalie Nunn, it has come out that Miss Natalie Nunn has been, in fact, having an affair on her husband. And everybody was like, surprised. And I didn't understand why they were surprised because y'all didn't think that Natalie was fucking on them people. Like, I mean, if you watch the shows and you say how Natalie is, yeah, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't even surprised at who it was, whatever, because like I said, Natalie is that, type. And went live on Instagram to let everybody know that the accusations were in part true. That she and a castmate from Bad Boys, which is a show on Zeus or whatever, did in fact have an affair at a time when she and her husband were separated on break or whatever. That was Natalie's story. Um, it is what it is. I don't too much care. It is what it is. That's that woman, her marriage, her husband. If he put up with it, it is what it is. I don't know why anybody else would care. But yeah, that's what's going on there. If you're on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen all the messages and back and forth between Natalie and the guy, whatever. He, talking about, I guess she got him a rollie, or I think that she got her husband a rollie, and he thought that he was entitled to have one as well. The side dude said he want what the husband get. The husband got a rollie, he want a rollie. Okay, so I don't think that's gonna work out for him now. He kind of messed up his bag. If Natalie was breaking bread with your bro, you don't put that girl business out now. You cut out. You're gonna have to find you another slide. But yeah, that's a little bit of what's going on with Miss Nat Chin Nunn. Like I said, none of that surprised me, and I don't really care. I don't understand like why other people be so concerned about other folks' marriages. Like whatever they doing in their marriage is their business. You never know what agreements they have and all that stuff, and who am I to judge them? I really don't care. It wasn't surprising. But yeah, that's where we are at that. Natalie also is participating in a new show on Zeus called Bad versus Wild. And it's the girls from the Baddies brand, which is Natalie Nunn's brand, versus Jocelyn. Jocelyn Hernandez, and her cabaret girls. Yesterday was the first episode that broke out on Zeus. Nick Cannon did host that. It was actually pretty good. It was better than what I expected. Of course, in true ratchet Zeus fashion, they gonna be on there fighting, and they did. You know, like I said, a lot of people don't like Zeus. They say it's a poor representation of black people. Like I said, to each his own, or whatever. I'm not here to judge anybody. If you know me, I'm married to a minister, baby, but I work out on your real quick. It is what it is. But yeah, the show was Bad versus Wild is pretty good or whatever. I enjoyed it myself. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Arian Slutzlaw Carey and Martell Beat but no beat Holt. I'm sure everybody has known or heard about the recent events with Arian Carey. Slutzlaw is what I call her. An audio recording being released by a content creator by the name of Original Straight No Chase. And in this particular live, they were both chatting about, different things with Martell, and they brought up Melody. And so this nasty ass hoe was going about, I guess, I don't know if it's true, but I absolutely do believe that it's something that Martell told her in regards to Mel and her childhood. And for the content creator and this slutty ass bird to sit up and giggle and kiki about somebody being SE8 when they're a child is absolutely, positively pathetic. It's sad. And you got to be careful with things like that. I don't know how that was supposed to have been a dig if, in fact, that is true. And that happened to her in her youth or whatever. I don't know how that was supposed to be her fault. She was a child if it happened. And Martell, with his trifling, no good motherfucking ass, you are the type of man, baby, I can't fucking stand. Your ass could be stomped out because, the shit that Martell do don't make no damn sense. I don't care what you was married to this woman. You was married to her. She gave you 4 beautiful children. She pulled your ass out of the damn Terry Height projects, fixed your crooked ass teeth, helped you get a damn haircut because your motherfucking hair was gone at age 17 when you was around there stealing ATMs or whatever. She done disclosed her personal things, if this is a true, allegedly, and in my opinion or whatever, if it's true. If she disclosed something to you during y'all's marriage and trusted you to hold that bitch, you ain't no motherfucking earthly good. If your wife is a wife and a husband, y'all are friends. That's you supposed to be able to come to your spouse and talk to your spouse about anything. And not worry about it getting out. If that is true and that woman disclosed that to you or whatever, man, Martell is the scum of the earth. If that motherfucker was on fire, I wouldn't use my piss to put him out. Because he is so trifling. And then Arian, you so damn stupid. How dare you sit up there as a woman listening to him talk about Melody and what may or may not have happened to her in her childhood, and you go disclose it to somebody else, you nasty ass thought. You ain't no earthly good either. And see, when that baby was on that live the other day or whatever, and he told you that shit about that spirit that's in your house, baby, that's come from you and that motherfucker. See, your ass fucked up because you don't allow Martell demons to spread onto your ass. Who in the hell discloses something that I don't care if we fall out? Me and my husband can divorce today. Things that we don't talk about in our marriage because I love that man love me or whatever. I don't have to worry about if we divorce today and he gonna tell all my stuff that I don't disclose to him, being vulnerable and open to my husband. And go and tell everybody else when we done broke up. You over there pillow talking, trying to tell this ugly ass girl stuff about your wife, the wife that picked your dumb ass up when you wasn't shit. The wife that stuck around and helped you, try to motivate you to be better, try to show you a different way of life. You do her like this, and then you expect good things to come your way. I remember he said something about to the effect that uh that he took Melody to church when they first got together. Okay, you took Melody to church, but what did you learn? That ever since the show started, I don't say it time after time after time again. I never liked him ever. I never liked Martell. To me, he always had a arrogant spirit about himself. He always had like a dark aura around him. I didn't like him when he was Melody. I ain't never liked his ass. It's something about him I just do not like. He is a horrible person, a horrible man, a horrible dad, a horrible husband, a horrible baby daddy. Ask this slow hoe. Shout out at the Chef Dun Dun. Then I know everybody, what I'm saying, trying to, build a channel up. They're trying to, get good content or whatever, stuff that people want to know about, you know what I'm saying? But at some point, where do you draw the line? Because I don't care what that damn dumbass girl told me. Some of that shit, okay, yeah, I'll put it out or whatever, because you know what I'm saying, it's gonna run my views up or whatever. Because regardless of that, don't nobody like that motherfucking hoe. But if the bitch saying something, hell, people gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? But to put out that audio of that dumbass, ugly ass, nasty ass, trifling ass, hoe ass girl or whatever, talking about something so traumatizing, so heartbreaking, that would have broken anybody's spirit when they was young. For you to put that out or whatever, that was like crazy. That don't make no sense. Where do you draw the line? You don't know if it's true, but you're gonna put that out there. It was disrespectful to Miss Van. It was disrespectful to Melody. We gotta have boundaries. It's just some stuff you do not do. It makes no sense to me. Why would you do that? You're gonna put that audio out. You don't know if it's true or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. That just, I don't know. It's terrible. But what I will say after that was done, I did see content creators that weren't so much melody supporters or millimeters. I did see them come to Mel's defense. Many people might say it's not sincere, but I mean, they did it. Whether they have a agenda or whatever, they did come to the forefront and say that this is wrong. Even though even the Besma Hillbilly, the Besma Booster came out and talked about, you know, how Martell was so wrong, baby. She went in on Coleslaw and Martell, and I was dying laughing. Like I said, we all know how Wonder is, but that was funny. She did go in and she did, you know what I'm saying, I guess you would say read Coleslaw and Martell down. And I was here for it. I was rolling. It was funny. Or whatever. Whether it was sincere or not, it was funny. She said what she said. Martell ass ain't no earthly good. I promise y'all, he ain't no good. Like it's absolutely positively sickening how this dude is. I wouldn't trust. And then Arian sit over there or whatever, just like he talking about you, talking about Mel, the mother of his 4 kids. That was his wife that picked his ass up and built his sorry ass up, or whatever. When they were in union together, the same way he telling you all that stuff about her, you think he ain't telling another bitch something about you? Girl, get the hell out of here. You ain't no better than nobody else. If he talking about her, he gonna talk about your ass. He already can't stand you. He resent your ass because you destroyed everything that he wanted. Now, again, I have always said I never felt like that he truly loved Melody. I don't even believe that motherfucker is capable of loving somebody. I believe that he loved the lifestyle that she showed him. I believe he loved her hustle. He loved her for, you know, giving him those children. But I do not believe that he generally like had a uh husband love for Melody. I just do not. Martell, like I said, I don't feel like he's even capable of loving. That's just my thoughts. Allegedly and in my opinion. But from what I've seen from him on the show and then via his social media antics or whatever, he doesn't strike me as somebody that, you know what I'm saying, is capable of loving. Because if you ever loved Melody, there's just certain things that you would not have done, that you have done, that we've seen you do. You got on that show after she wouldn't take your sorry ass back, and you went to different cast members and spread lies about that woman. Try to take this woman kids when you know she's a damn good mom. Talking about she unfit because she out there hustling, grinding, going to work because your ass can't do it. You ain't working no damn word. Then you expect somebody to feel sorry for your motherfucking ass because you can't get no job. Because your dumb ass can't pass the open book test. I never understand people that do all the wrong in the world to people and then expect good things to happen to them. It don't work like that. You say you took Melody to the church. Did you know guys sit high and look low, Martell? Cause sorry, just I mean, it makes no sense. It'd be different if you took your L and moved on. But ever since you got caught up in this mess with that slut, it destroyed your whole marriage, your life, disrupted your whole life, or whatever. It's been He unhinged. Absolutely unhinged. Disclosing things that your wife told you from her childhood, if it's true, which I'm skeptical about that, just shows people what type of person you are. Or what type of demon. Because allegedly, and in my opinion, that's what that baby saw in the house today. That's what that baby saw in the house today. When he said he seen a ghost and the ghost was not in trouble, now that's that demon that you and Coleslaw keep tearing around. Causing havoc. Y'all over there, Arian over there, still you mad at Melody. How the hell you be mad at a woman? You destroyed that woman family. You then Martell, so that you care so much about your children, but you sitting up here watching this girl that got animosity towards your kids. That's absolutely dangerous. And mine wouldn't go. Area getting on live, all that stupid stuff, just dumb. Don't take no accountability for nothing. And then Ariana ain't even the first side chick. You not the first side hoe, and you ain't gonna be the last. But the gall of you, it's you don't have any type of remorse. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was watching that live with her, and people were saying, like, what have you learned from the situation? I have learned not to trust nobody. Yet you still over there telling Nate stuff about shit that Martell told you about his wife from her childhood. You believe that shit because everything your ass come out and say, you get it from Martell. He's still pimping your ugly ass. Right there in the chair. Excuse me, y'all. Close the door, home. You and your baby mammy have continuously antagonized this woman. Y'all done everything under the sun, and that woman pay y'all dust. Everyone sitting on live, talking shit, telling they stuff about Melody and calling her out her name. As if Mel cares. That woman is out there making money, looking damn good. You see that girl? Baby, when I tell you, ever since Mel left, she was already a cute girl to me. But when she got rid of that damn headache called Martell Hope, baby, that girl, baby, let me tell you something. And then I heard your ass over there talking about, yeah, I didn't get no BBL like her. Well, bitch, hell, you need to get something because your ass lopsided. At some point, you'll think that this hoe want to be more than just the neighborhood dick sucker. Then this one talking about Martell talking about she a good mama. The people in the live asking her like how she gonna explain this to Paris. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell her. I just gonna tell her. I guess you're gonna be like the other dumb one here with Chris Banks and the legend in my opinion. I fell in love with a married man. Yeah, y'all so damn stupid. Then that dude do not love you. You are just a slide. You somebody for him to come over there and get his whistle wet. He know you gonna do whatever he wants you to do. And like I said, you got this built up hate and animosity towards male that don't make no sense because you the one messed up that woman marriage. Girl, I would have beat your motherfucking ass all over Alabama, baby, if it was me. For the stuff you did. I ain't that woman time I ain't fighting no man. Baby, that lie. Especially you picking at me. Girl, baby, when I got through tearing your ass out the frame. The stuff you done. Calling her house. Disrespecting her children. The lies. All that stuff. You don't have no type of like remorse for nothing you done. You make excuses for the things you do because you got done been around her, laid up with Martell and all them evil spirits or whatever that he got in you. They don't, they in your ass. And allegedly, and in my opinion, I heard through the grapevine like this a generational thing. Like you was almost destined to be a side hoe. Why didn't you break the cycle? Like you ain't think no more of yourself? Well, I feel, you know what I'm saying, my mama no going through this. I don't want to be this girl. Now, the streets are saying that's all you want to do. Go for somebody else. You down with OPP. But the thing is, you ain't ran up on the right one about their property. That's that. You thought you taking men with your eyes closed, baby. It's the women out here beat your eyes closed about their husbands. Yeah, beat your fingers out where you can't even dial the phone or call them. And it's not all your fault. It's his fault too. Because it takes two to tangle. Then you sit around talking about what that woman wasn't handling her business as a wife. But then he give you a video of her doing what he asked her to do as a wife. And then y'all trying to put that out on that woman. Trifling. You right there with it. He gonna be mad at me if I don't do it. You are a sad, pathetic excuse for a woman. How you think that girl feel going to school? Because kids know everything. Kids on social media, they watch shows and stuff their parents watch. I mean, I bet you, if you ask that baby how many times they don't call her mama slobber jobber, deep throat, jawbone. You know what I'm saying? It's like she don't care. How much she gonna explain it to parents when she get older how it went. Then they ask her how she was gonna explain it to Knots. Well, I really don't have to explain it to him because he gonna be a man. See, that's the type of simple-minded bitch. Because that's just being a man. See, you dumb as hell. You dumb as hell. That's just being a man, huh? You don't think no more of yourself than that. And then think you don't have to explain nothing to your son. You already y'all done created like a mess. Like he got his kids by mail, and then you got that baby by him or whatever. There's y'all causing friction. Y'all have caused a rift between siblings. Thought you had a baby out of spite. You by one dumb asshole. That's why your ass going through the shit you going through now. You look hungry as fuck. You had a baby out of spite. No, you had a baby after you done killed them other babies or whatever because you trifling. You thought that if you had a baby that Martell was going to be with you. Girl, Martell ain't going to never be with you. And baby, you ought to be thanking the Lord up above that he is never going to be with you because baby, that ain't nothing but a headache. You ain't never going to be nothing but a slide to him. Slide through. Yo, hating this name for Melody is crazy to me. Not one time since all this stuff done happened have I seen anywhere on social media that your tired ass done went that you said I was wrong for what I did with Martell. I was wrong for disrespecting Melody. I was wrong for all that stuff. Take no accountability. You just like his ass. Just like him. Well, I wasn't getting it, huh? Then Martell ass expected Mel to go out there and be the breadwinner, then come in back to the house and do all that stuff. What were you doing? Bitch, you the housewife. That woman out there doing what she got to do as a woman. Because you ain't got no type of hustle in you. Just like now. You think you too good to go get you a 9 to 5. Instead of trying to find ways to go from show to show and find the next woman to help your dumb ass out. Scamming people out of their money. They probably done saved up all their life or whatever, thinking that they gonna get a house bill. But you think something good gonna come to you. Then it be the ones out here that instead of sticking up for your ass for me. Well, how he supposed to take it? That motherfucker ain't never took care of his kids. Ever. That girl been holding shit down since the beginning. And he might have did some work when they was together because she set it up. But he ain't did nothing on his own because he can't. Hell. He can't do shit on his own. Uh, y'all saying that allegedly, and in my opinion, what I heard from original Straight No Chaser, that Ms. Van knew about what happened to Melody, didn't believe her. I don't know them personally, but I find that shit very hard to believe. And it was a white man. What? You don't even know if that's true. You going out what Martell dumbass done told you. But his word is bun. Man, get the fuck. I can't take it. I can't even take it. See, the truth of the matter is, I have always felt like it was something that went on with Martell. If you don't watch any of my videos, if you don't hear me up on a panel, y'all know I've always said that I feel as though Martell ass is in the closet. I feel like Martell does not live in his truth. I believe something may have happened to Martell in his childhood, which is the reason why he is so fucked up now. He's never dealt with that. And he ain't the only man. A lot of men that have been through essay when they were younger or whatever, or they're embarrassed. But you were fortunate enough to marry somebody that you could have disclosed. You may have told her that, but I bet she'll never come out of her mouth to say that because she's not that type of person. Yet, if she told you that, which I do not believe, or whatever, you went on to tell this bird, this woodpecker looking ass girl, that girl's personal business from her childhood. How do you know that's not something that she wanted to talk about on her own, if that happened? Yet you over there telling this slobber jobber bitch all her business. You ain't no good. You ain't no earthly good, and that bitch ain't either. And Mel is a better woman than I. Cause the way I would have been to tow that girl ass out the frame, baby, hell, she had to call the CIA, the FBI, all the people. Enough is enough. And when you mess with my kids and my mama, Lord, my mama been gone 17 years, baby. You mess with my kids, my mama, and them ugly grandkids I got, baby, I'm telling you, I would go lay down by them. I don't care. Mel has, even though y'all, you and that damn scoundrel Martell have done all kinds of evil, pathetic, nasty things to that woman, she still hadn't gone where she wanted to, or where she could have been. Because, see, a woman like me, baby, I ain't got that type of patience. Yes, I pray, I believe in God. My husband is a minister, baby, but let me tell you something. I'm not there yet. And you come at me wrong, baby, I'm going to give you that business. I don't care who you call. Don't disrespect me. You done talked about that woman, kids. Now you over there messing with Miss Van. Miss Van literally does not bother anybody. Does not bother anybody. She is the least problematic person that has ever been on Love and Marriage Huntsville. People always coming for her, though. Just like they ragged ass Destiny that day in their store. And, babe, I done forgot all about, that other stuff, but I don't understand. Like, baby, you talk to my mama crazy, bitch. I would, oh, my God. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Y'all disrespecting Miss Van. That woman is a woman of God. She's an educated, classy woman. She doesn't bother anybody. Never caused a problem the whole time she was on that show. Even when people were coming at her, even when that gorilla sea monkey looking ass dude was coming at her, Mark or whatever, she still didn't go off. She still didn't give no problems. But here y'all are messing with her. That woman done told y'all time after time after time after time that she is a woman of faith, a woman of God. And it shows. She one of them people, whatever, you don't have to even know that she is a woman of God because it just shows. She carries herself in a classy Christian way. And, that's when people come for you. They try to come for you because they do my husband that all the time. He very meek. He very humble. Like I said, he a man of God. They get tried all the time. But see, you're not going to come for him, honey, because yes, ma'am, he going to pray for you. Baby, but don't come for him because I'm not where he at. If you know me, you know me. Darshanta tell you, baby, that I don't play by that. I absolutely do not, because he don't bother nobody. He try to live right, do right by people or whatever. So if you come in him sideways, baby, I don't know what to tell you. And I feel as though, like, Miss Van gives that. Like, she doesn't bother people. She is, to herself. She is about her family. She's about her faith. And that's when you get tried. I absolutely do not like the way that they do Miss Van. With the way that, that girl put out their recording or whatever. Like I said, it makes no sense. Nobody knows if that's true. And if you going out with Martell saying, you might as well go off this damn incense burner sitting here. I wouldn't believe a damn thing that snake saying. Now, if it come out male mouth or whatever, okay. She, that's still, like I said, I don't understand what the point of it was if that happened to her. You know how many people that have, been through that type of stuff? She's going to get more support y'all up there kid about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Both of y'all got kids. Why would you do that? That's so nasty and pathetic. Who's sitting around laughing and kiki and can about somebody that may have been SE8 in their youth? Nobody but a trash ass, no count ass bitch. That ain't right. It's absolutely not right. But when you do wrong, wrong gonna follow you. And that's a fact. You can think you gonna get away with it, you gonna get away with it or whatever, but one day you gonna have to face up to everything that you've done. I done seen it time after time after time after time. People think they getting away with stuff. And see, like, that's what I say. I always feel like those are the type of people that are really non-believers. I don't care how much they call on God. They really non-believers because how can you do stuff that's evil, malicious, and you know what I'm saying, salacious towards people and then expect God to bless you? Or call on God's name. Well, you doing all that underhanded, evil ass shit. You think that you getting away, you can hide things from man, but you can't hide nothing from him. It's crazy. Don't make no sense. Whomsoever. I can only imagine the nights, the days that Melody has had to cry and cry out to God. The stuff that girl has gone through that we've seen on that show, the things that we've seen they do to her on social media or whatever. She's strong. She's strong, baby. There is absolutely no way that I could have done the things that she's done, put up with the things that she's done. And I know she got a lot to lose. Sometimes, baby, I don't, hey, I'm telling you. I say it. But you pray about it, God is whooping them. Because, baby, they look a mess. Every time you turn around, it's something. It's something with Martell in court, front scamming people about to go to jail. Martell, your cell is waiting. Just keep on. Keep on, keep it on, baby. I'm telling you. When it hit, it's going to hit. You think you're going through it now. You ain't seen nothing yet. And then that bird, too. Look hungry. Sitting up there eating them 5 grapes or whatever. You're hungry. And then she tried to use this excuse, trying to make it seem like Melody had said something about her children. Now, like I said, I don't know these people personally. I'm just going based on what I have seen, and I'm a pretty good judge of character most of the time. I don't see that. I honestly don't feel like Melody has anything against that baby. I honestly do not. Because she doesn't strike me as a type to have any type of hate or you know, any type of ill feelings in her heart towards a child. So that hoe probably is going off of something that Martell has told her. Well, right, Braylon. Martell, your cell is waiting. Yeah, he gonna hurry up and get there. Finally, and if that happens, maybe he'll come on out with the truth. Because Martell is living a lie. A lie. That's why he flip-flopping to every woman he can, trying to kill that real desire. He don't know how to be himself. Sad and pathetic. That's why he got such a disdain towards people, men that are openly gay, men that live in their truth. He got a disdain towards them. Or whatever, because baby, you had your true desires. That's what it really is. Let's just be real. Yeah, Martell ain't no good for a man or a woman or a dog either. That man, it ain't no good gonna come to him. And it ain't. The Bible says, suffer the children unto me. And you go around mistreating them kids solely because you feel a way towards their mom because she chose to walk away from a situation that was toxic, that was breaking her emotionally and spiritually. On that purple right there too. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I just put the link in the chat. If you want to come up and chat with your girl, come on. And if not, we're going to close this thing out. I want to thank everybody that did come over. I was so happy to see one of my best friends, Dorchetta Vincent. I named her. Her name is D. Combs. We've been friends for a long time. Like, that's my sister. And I was so glad to see her in the chat supporting me. And as always, Mr. Braylon Lee, Nikki P, PN2 Ross, I really appreciate you guys. Like, really coming and supporting me, you know. It really means a lot. It really, really does. I'm sorry if I'm rough around the edges, or all over rather, because like I cuss up, I talk shit. That's just me. I ain't for everybody, you know. So, but I do appreciate you all for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the content. And please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, share me with people, and y'all leave me comments on what y'all want to see from me, like what I can do better. Um, yeah, we're gonna be here about 10 more minutes. If nobody hits that link, we're gonna close this thing out. And I have thoroughly enjoyed all of you, and I hope y'all enjoyed my commentary. Turn on some music. Hey, Braylon.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
Oh, I'm
No,
doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am doing good. I was just live on tour, doing what I do. And Lord, there's a lot on these streets. Lord Jesus, help! It's a lot going on. Oh boy.
Yes. Oh my God. It is a lot. It
Yeah, it's
is. I mean,
and
every time you turn
yeah, go
around,
ahead.
it is something.
Listen, and honestly, to tell
No,
you the
go
truth,
ahead.
is like no, honestly, every time that I do a tour, I'm just like, okay, am I really gonna be out of stuff to go on tour about? And I'm just like, every time go on the internet, it's like, nope. You still got destinations to go to, man. You still got destinations to go to.
I
It
know.
boggles my mind of how many people are just that bored just to have something to do. It
Right.
is quite sad.
Exactly.
disgusting and tattered behavior. That this is where we are.
Exactly. Exactly. Mm-mm-mm. So, what are your thoughts on? We were talking about Married to Medicine, like the first part of the
Sure.
reunion. You know,
Sure. I mean, in my thumbnail, I said, so I guess Married to Medicine isn't like Benadryl. It's not kicking in right away. Because that's how I felt about part one. Like this okay,
right?
so if I'm taking this Benadryl, this is supposed to be working right away. And it just didn't. Now, of course, Quad was brought up. You know what I mean? And Dr. Simone saying if she's lying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking. If she ain't, if she ain't, I'm speaking. But what she didn't realize was to me that, well,
Yeah.
that gives Quad the right to do that to you when you start speaking. Um,
Exactly.
you know what I
Like
mean?
it's
And
like they have double standards on there. They expect like
yes,
Quad to be to them something that they're not to her. And like
exactly
Quad
right.
has gone through a lot. She lost her brother, 2 years ago? Then she had a niece drown at her home. And it's like
Correct.
they expect her to like not, deal with that in her own way, but be there for them.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely. And then you have, Phaedra, saying, why connect myself to the Titanic, where it's like, okay, you do realize as you're calling her the Titanic, as you're calling Quad the Titanic, you also were a Titanic yourself by lying about rape on a cast member. You do realize that, right? That was distributed on national television.
Exactly. Well, it's
So
like,
you can't
okay,
really
like are
talk.
we just not exactly? That's what I said, Brandon. Like, oh my God. But you wanted them to give you grace about that big ass lie that you told on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now we're gonna get over here on Married to Marriage and like, don't do that.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, I just felt like that was really out of line. And with Toya, aka the tennis expert, in the words of Phaedra, I'll never forget that funeral. We have an OGBYN, we have a dentist and a tennis expert. And thank God I was at the funeral. I'm like,
Exactly.
what's that song? Let the church say amen. Everybody say amen. God has spoken.
Right.
Let the church say amen. Now somebody be like, "Bray, you shut your ass up."
Okay.
I'm just look. I am listening to the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit told me to agree with what is truthful. And it is very truthful that we have a tennis expert in the room. Now, what did I do wrong here? Now, of course, I would have been a highlight at the reunion. And he'd been like, so Braylon, you seem to interject a lot of life into Married to Medicine. Well, I'm like, Andy, that's what y'all hired me to do. I find the funny in this and I bring it to television. Y'all pay me and then I get the fuck on. What we doing? So that's how I truly feel about it. And honestly, like part one, it was lackluster to me. Um, you know what I mean? I really didn't feel like
Yeah, it
the energy
was.
was
It really
real,
was.
and then of course you got Dr.
Right.
Jackie and that whole thing of she said what she said. And listen, I will agree with this, right? You have to do the work to get to that level. So I will never take that away. In the same
Right.
token, you cannot say what you
Exactly.
say and not be called out on it. So when Dr. Jackie was going through and saying what she said
Exactly.
about how everybody supported her and stuff, and then you get to Quad, and everybody's like, "Well, why didn't you support Dr. Jackie?" And when Quad said that, I contacted Dr. Heavenly because I know Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie are like this, they're tight. And Dr. Heavenly said that it wouldn't be a good time to reach out. Quad respected that.
Right.
Now, I know for some people they may be like, "Well, guess what? If that's your friend, that's your friend." No, 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 no. Because what we're
Exactly.
not going to do is to pretend that y'all don't do this in y'all real life. To all the people that are trying to criticize Quad, if you have a friend in your actual life that you
Right.
are real good friends with, if you don't know how they are, you're going to go to a mutual friend to ask what is the vibe before you call them. We're not going to do this.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like after Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie are close. So what was she supposed to have done? Like if Dr. Heavenly said, you know what I'm saying, that, it's not a good time to call her, what was she supposed to have done?
Exactly. And it's just like
It's
y'all are very
crazy. Like the
select.
double
Y'all are very
standards.
absolutely, and y'all are very selective of what y'all want to give attention to. Like even Dr. Heavily said, I did say that, but y'all didn't want to point that out, did you? And I
Right.
can only imagine, what a
Exactly.
reunion. I can only imagine what a reunion host responsibility is to try to keep the storylines cohesive and to make sure everybody has space to be able to get what they need to say, this, that, and the third. But I feel like reunion hosts need to have a little bit of a bite that actually executes a little bit. Um, and I can only
Right.
imagine how much how
Exactly.
I feel like Andy is always going to school because he is getting these binders of all these notes. And it has to be mentally exhausting for him as many reunions as he does. And sometimes those
Right.
reunions last 8 to 12 hours taped, you know what I mean? So we don't see everything. But if I was
Uh-huh.
a reunion
Yeah.
host, my
Right.
job as the reunion host, and I say this very lovingly. If I'm talking too much swamp talk, this is your channel. Let me know, because I love you, I care about you, and I respect you. So I don't want to be doing the
Oh
most.
no, go ahead.
Um, but when Andy Cohen was checking in with the cast backstage, if I was the reunion host, I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I learned this from Oprah and Regis. It disarms the cast members, right? And even though there are cameras back
Mm-hmm.
there, it's inauthentic by the time you get out on camera. Because Oprah and Regis said, "Well, if I talk to them backstage, guess what? We talked about everything." So by the time they come out in front of a live studio audience and the lights are on, the cameras are on, and we're live or we're taping, there's nothing to hold them accountable. So I would not have talked to them
Mm-hmm.
backstage, because I'm about authenticity. Now if I
Exactly.
was the
Right.
reunion host, I'd be like, wait, hang on one
Yeah.
second. Dr. Heavily, can you repeat what you just said? Braylon, I will gladly do it. I said it was not a good time to call Dr. Jackie. Okay, before we move on, are y'all going to acknowledge that or not? Now I'm giving you the opportunity to acknowledge this before I go in on y'all. Well, Braylon, we don't have to give two damns about you going in on us. Oh, I know I don't have to give a damn because I get to live in peace while y'all are in pieces as black women on national television acting this damn stupid. Toya, who
Right.
who is the ex-wife of Lil
Right.
Wayne, is bigger than you, so you can shut your ass up talking to me. Now back to this issue. I know the producers will be like, "Did Braylon really do that shit?" Yeah, yes, I did. And I know Dr. Eugene is a surgeon, but guess what? This mouth is a whole toolkit by its damn self. So I can do some surgery my damn self mentally. Let's not go here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my mom, my
And
dad,
I
my
feel
sister, Braylon, you.
like
Oh, go
Toya.
ahead.
Okay, let me ask you this:
Sure.
do you feel as though like Toya is ungrateful? Like
I do a
she
little bit.
complains a lot about her husband, but like I said before, I feel like she has a good husband. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He works, he does things, like he tries to be his affection. And it's like, okay, this man is working overtime so that
I
you
do.
don't have to or whatever. Yet you complain about everything. Like, oh my God, this man is working, saving lives, all this stuff or whatever. And all you can complain about is sex. Girl, shut up.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
at
you're
this
not
point,
doing
it's just,
anything romantic. He's tired. He is
I mean,
tired.
I mean, at this point, I think that Kimmy and Toya should create a sexless wives club at this point. I mean, really, is this what we're doing? Hello, everybody. I'm Kimmy. Hi, Kimmy. So I get no sex. Hello, I'm Toya. Hi, Toya. I get no sex. Like, is this what we're doing? And meanwhile, my mom, my dad, my sister were like, Brain, you cannot disrespect black women.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. They called me. Bravo called me. What was I supposed to do? Not give a damn? Really?
Right.
And this is the brother that you have
Exactly.
as a sister, and y'all raised this son to stand up for what's right and wrong. Now, if those lessons don't matter, then let me know now. Oh, I hear silence on the phone. No, Brandon, you're hearing silence because of the fact that you still our son. I know I'm your son, but I'm also grown. So which is it? I'm not trying to go off on y'all. I'm just asking, if I gotta be responsible, then other people should be responsible, right? Y'all say right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, with Toya, I do feel like she's ungrateful, right? And there are some women that are like, oh my God, he wants to do a date at the house, and I'm a house person. Oh my God. And it's just like
exactly.
And it's just like the old saying of what you do not appreciate, somebody else will. You know what I mean? And to be real,
look, I just said it.
Yeah,
she gonna keep on complaining. She gonna keep on complaining and keep on complaining. Somebody is gonna appreciate that man going working, affording them a life where they don't have to do anything but sit around and drink wine. Girl, sit down. That man is working hard, saving lives, building a better life for you and your children, and all you can think about is sex all the time, baby. And don't get me wrong, sex is important in a marriage, but that man is working. Like, oh my God, you just complain about minor stuff.
Absolutely right. And honestly too, it's just like, and sometimes we need to take mental inventory. You know what I mean? Because I remember in the reunion how she said that Eugene had 1,800 tequila. She didn't want that. He got wine by the glass. She wanted by the bottle. Really? Really? Like, can you even be grateful that he could pay for it?
Just crazy.
Just it boggles my mind. And
she
then,
is very ungrateful. She is very ungrateful.
And then what's going to end up happening is, because let me tell you something. Just like when a woman gets fed up and there ain't nothing you can do about it, to use a song, a man can also get fed up. So if there is a divorce and it happens on Married to Medicine, you can't say nothing because everybody has told you to be more grateful. That's it. So it's almost like with Tisha saying where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right. And then like Simone
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, like Simone sugarcoating stuff to her. I think she needs to let him do more. Let him do more. Girl, see, that's what I'm talking about. If y'all doing date nights or whatever, it doesn't matter. If he's planning it, what do you care? Right. I mean, like, just be grateful for that. Absolutely. I really can't do Toya. Toya got a bad, hateful spirit in her. Like, I don't like the way that she and Quad have both done things to each other. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But Quad owned her stuff. She said, I did this and I was wrong. But Toya doesn't own anything. And Toya does just as much as Quad has done.
Absolutely. And
Quad wasn't even the one that spreaded the rumor about her having an affair on Eugene. That was somebody else in the neighborhood. And to be honest, I believe it. To be honest.
And listen, we only, in the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you're giving me, right? So everything is in the eye of the beholder. And, it's to the point where with Eugene and Toya, it's almost like with what Tisha went through of, Marceau not believing her about being pregnant, but yet you can judge everybody else's relationship. And not to mention, too, can somebody explain to me why Toya looked like cotton out of the cotton field? with that dress. Listen, listen.
Oh my God.
Sometimes a slave
Raven,
mentality is
listen,
mental
this
and
is
other
the
times it's
worst
physical. I'm
dress
just saying.
reunion. Listen, I was like, oh my God, who dressed them? Who styled them? I did not. Oh my God, Dr. Jackie had on fishnet stockings. What is going on? Like, what is really going on?
Yeah,
Like, oh my
yeah,
God, this is the worst reunion. They dressed horrible.
yeah. I
Even
mean, sometimes
And
simple is best.
Quad is a dresser.
Right.
Right. And oh my God, they looked a mess.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the theme is Napa Valley. So, like, y'all could have wore some purples, y'all could have wore some whites, I, y'all could have wore some burgundies. Like, match the theme. And that's not even me being
Yeah,
that's not even me being like a fashion fan or anything, but that's just being common sense.
exactly. Oh my God, they looked a mess. They looked a mess. I want somebody to explain to me why Dr. Jekyll had to have them fishnet stockings. That's all I want somebody.
I simply do
Dr.
not.
Jekyll had on the fishnet.
I really like listen, Swamp Talk.
I can't take it.
When I first started to review the show, I only reviewed it because y'all wanted me to review it. You know what I mean? I cover Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know,
Right.
my one of my exes
Hmm.
got me into Potomac, so I remember that show. Marriage to Medicine was new, but it was because of Phaedra and that crossover. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. But as I start to really get into it, I'm just like, okay, this season's about to fizzle out. I got a feeling on it. Not to mention, too, when and I will say this, engaging with your community actually can help your channel. That doesn't mean that you're a slave to your subscribers, but they can be
Yeah.
a guide for you to allow it could they
Hmm.
can be a guide to help your channel be the best that can be. So with that being said, I asked them, hey, do y'all want me to continue reviewing these shows or
Right.
do y'all want a regular degular schmegular virtual tour live? The results were for a regular degular schmegular virtual tour live,
Yeah.
which indicated to me that they cared
Right.
more about the show that I was doing than the content that they were watching. And I think that says all that needs to be said. And you hope,
Actually, though, like
yes,
me, right.
no, go
I
ahead.
actually enjoy like watching like the content creators more so than watching the show. Like because like the content creators, I just like the different perspectives like about the show or whatever. Um I enjoy like the different content creators and their points of view, on the show more so than I do the show. And that's honest.
Right. No, absolutely. And it
Like
seems that, yeah, go ahead.
Married to Medicine, Married to Medicine. Yeah, Married to Medicine used to be like one of my favorite shows or whatever,
Hmm.
but like they have gotten to a point where they're just extra petty. And with them being upper echelon black women or whatever, I
Yes.
don't like that. Um like the pettiness, like I said on this first part of the reunion, like the pettiness with Quad or whatever, and all that stuff. And it's like everybody is following along with what Toya says now, and I don't like that. I really don't.
Right.
Toya got a problem, so we all got a problem. It's like she's trying to move into like the main seat, or I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a very awkward thing about being on TV and one the power of being on TV. And they always say heaviest that wears the crown. And I feel the reason
Right.
why some people stay in the room and others get kicked out the room is because how they handle themselves in the room. And that's just real talk. It definitely seems like a position power game on these reality shows more recently than anything. And it's quite sad because it's just like all of y'all are getting a check for just showing up to work, doing what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and leave. And then with the conversation of, when Toya said that it was Toya, Simone, and Sweet Tea. You know, when they had a conversation with Quad, and Quad said, "I'm here for the check." I'm just like, and I even said this on my review tonight, Swamp Talk. I said, "Now wait a minute. What we're not going to do is get upset with Quad that she's here for a check. So all y'all just hear the kindness of your heart
Right.
because y'all want to be a good example for the community. Really,
Exactly. Like, what do y'all want?
really,
Like, what do y'all want from Quad? And that's what I don't get. Like, y'all all are here for a check. Don't do that. Whether
that's
Quad is
it.
not the only one here for a check. So I mean, they I don't know. They have like a different expectation for Quad
Right,
versus them. Like, she's there for a check. Y'all all are.
right,
Because she
and
says that it's a problem.
right,
She just
right, and
upfront.
that's it. And honestly, I think being upfront is a double-edged sword, right? If you're too upfront, you're damned. If you're not too upfront, you're damned. But there are benefits and deficits to being
Right.
upfront. So if I was the reunion host, I'd be like, wait a minute, Toya. Are you getting paid by Bravo or no? No. That's not. No, this is no. Are you getting paid by Bravo or no? Yes, I am. Sweet Tea, are you getting paid by Bravo? Okay, yes. Simone, yes. Heavenly, yes. Dr. Jackie, yes. So all y'all getting paid, but yet Quad was real about it. What's the problem here?
And let me tell you,
Braylon,
baby,
shut up.
Toya has taken yeah, Toya has taken sweet pea under her wing, honey, because they are just alike. Toya and Sweet Pea, and yes, I said piss, are just
Lord,
alike.
Lord, Lord.
Sweet Pea, all out in the front. She said it all when she was going. Look, this is my thing. I like Dr. G. I think he's funny. I like that he's into mental health or whatever that's important in our community or whatever. I like Dr. G. But
Right.
as a man, for if it was me, I couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't. He annoying, like or something. I don't know. And like Toya and Sweet Pea are just alike. Sweet Pea just put up under that post when she went for him. I can give you what you want, and I kind of. Like I said, they both gold diggers. I don't care what nobody say. That's my opinion, allegedly, and in my opinion, I believe Toya and Sweet Pea are both gold diggers. They just
Yeah, I
alike.
mean, now I will say this. I mean, I think that Sweet Tea is definitely younger than everybody else. So she can't really connect with anybody on the
Yeah.
cast, but that also doesn't excuse your behavior, right? And I think honestly, this season, for Sweet Tea, and first of all, to be a star on anything is huge. But it's a difference between being a star because you want to be and being a star because of circumstances. And I do feel like, Dr. Heavily went
Mm-hmm.
after Sweet Tea a lot. And, when you get, and I feel like Sweet Tea has been kind of
He
dragged
did.
through this season. And that's not excusing the behavior, but it's just like at some point in time, you do get fed up.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean? So,
Dr. Heavenly Dr. Heavenly definitely was wrong for like coming after Sweet Tea. Like I had to like click. I watched Dr. Heavenly and I was watching like the reviews with her and CK or whatever. And the way that they talked about Sweet Tea and like her thing with trying to have a baby was absolutely disgusting. And
yeah,
I like Dr. Heavenly, but I did not. I had to click off. I didn't like that shit or whatever because I mean that's wrong. She actually wants
yeah,
to have a child with her husband, and y'all are making fun of her because she has a problem with what I'm saying, infertility. That's nothing to joke about.
no,
Nothing
absolutely.
or whatever
And I
to joke
asked,
about.
right.
And I felt like that was just absolutely out of line.
No, it absolutely was. And, I said this about Laura, who's at FAMU. That you gotta make sure that you understand that this is bigger than you because social media is real.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody could say, well, did you see what Dr.
Exactly.
Heavily said and all that stuff? And then your daughter has to get activated for you because she cares about you. But then she could get in trouble with social circles in her life at FAMU.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
So you gotta
Right.
recognize that it's a bit bigger than you because somebody could say online that somebody hopes that, and y'all, I'm not wishing this. Do not come for me what I'm about to say, but somebody could wish that on Dr. Heavenly's daughter, and that would not be right at all.
Yeah.
So you can't do that
Exactly.
ish. You know what I mean? Like right is right
Right.
and wrong is wrong.
I do like the fact that Sweet Tea or P does stand up for herself. I love a woman that is gonna say what she gonna say or whatever and stand on it. I do like that about her, but I do also feel like she has got on that Toya bandwagon. She's doing whatever Toya tells her to do or whatever. Like I do feel that way. Just like at that, now that was very tacky of Phaedra to bring Quad to
To
that
the
bridal
bachelorette
shower.
party, yes.
That don't make no damn sense anyway.
No.
Yeah, like I mean, like that didn't make no damn sense. Whomsoever or whatever. Why would you do that? It's very messy, but that is Phaedra or whatever.
Yeah.
And I if Toya didn't say anything, Sweet Tea wouldn't have said nothing about Quad being there. If Toya hadn't have said anything, it wouldn't have been an issue with Quad being there. I didn't feel like it was right, but I don't feel
Right.
like that Sweet Tea would have had a problem with Quad being there had it not been for Toya running her big ass mouth.
I will agree with you
And
because I think
I don't
because I
feel
think
like,
in,
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like they don't have to be friends. They don't have to
but
be
they can be
friends, but they can be
but they
cordial.
can be
You know what
respectful.
I'm
They
saying?
can be
Like
respectful and cordial.
Quad didn't want Dr. G when she had him.
Right.
Exactly. Like Quad didn't want Dr. G when she had him. Let's just be real. I like Quad. Quad didn't want that man no more than that girl wanted him. I think she's trying to make herself love him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
No,
she's trying to make
no,
herself
I
love
agree.
him. She'll grow to love him or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't
No,
feel like
I
she truly
I think
is in
right.
love with Dr. G. I want Dr. G
Absolutely.
to find somebody that loves him for him and his
No,
voice.
for sure. And you Lord help. But I will agree with you on that because I think Toya, like all of them in some capacity, they hold on to grudges until it's time to activate it. And for the circumstances that Quad was in, Quad was very respectful to Sweet Tea. That I have no animosity towards you. I wish you well. All of
Yep,
that.
she was.
And Sweet Tea was also cool with it. And the next thing you
Right.
know, when the wedding planner called,
Uh-huh.
Sweet Tea went off on her sister who was trying to comfort her. Um, and not to mention too, on top of that, let's also remember what the conversation was that Sweet Tea had with Dr. Heavenly about how Dr. Gregory made up a situation where the house got robbed. And that she Sweet Tea was genuinely scared, and Dr.
Mm-hmm.
G says, I pay for this, that, and the third, and Sweet Tea was like, I think I see what Quad's talking about. So it's just like, I think sometimes people tend to forget
Exactly.
the
Uh-huh.
receipts that they
Yep.
distributed. Because honestly, if I was a reunion host, and Swan Talk, you already know if I was a reunion host, that would be a whole different 3-part reunion. I mean, by the time that reunion was over, everybody would be like, so is Braylon a main cast member or not? Because he did the
Yeah.
best reading. He gave no damns about nobody. He opened everybody up. Talk about medicine. No, he did surgery. And it was heavy surgery. I don't think they have the mental bill to
Yeah.
pay Braylon for this. And that's what a reunion should be. A reunion should not be a recap of the
Mm-hmm.
season. A reunion should be going over everything that could not fit to screen. That's what it should be.
Right. Yep. Exactly. I kind of feel like Dr. Heavenly does that with everybody. Ever since I started watching this show, Dr. Heavenly gives a hard time to anybody that comes on there. That's just her. She gives them a hard time. Like I say, a lot of people don't like Dr. Heavenly, but I do. I think she funny or whatever. Yeah, she'll look get over. So am I or whatever. But Dr. Heavenly funny to me or whatever. Like she be saying some shit or whatever. Then she get cut. All you gotta do is cuss out. Once you cuss Dr. Heavenly out and put her in her place, baby, you don't have no problem out of her. But
But see,
I
here's
did
the
not
thing.
like the way that
Right.
she and Carlos King were coming for her with her infertility. That was just absolutely wrong. And Carlos King, uh, like I said, I knew that there was gonna be an issue with her YouTube channel and her doing the reviews with Carlos.
Yes.
Um, because he had everything to say about those shows, the Bravo shows, or whatever.
Yes.
Yet he didn't want to answer any questions about his own. Like
Absolutely.
when Dr. Heavily asked him about the situation with Morty, oh, I can't talk about it and all this stuff, but you want all the tea from her. I knew
Correct.
that was gonna be a issue or whatever. And like
Well,
I
there was
said,
a.
they said
Well,
I've heard that he has like a thing against Andy Cohen or whatever, and I kind of believe that Carlos is a piece of shit.
no, and honestly, I agree with you because I mean, here's the thing, right?
Period.
At the beginning, middle, end of the day, right? That if you're about your success, you attend to your success, right? And truly, when Dr. Heavenly said, I'm going over to
Mm-hmm.
Patreon, I'm like, you do realize Bravo is bigger than Patreon, right? If Bravo wanted to go to Patreon and say,
Right.
delete Dr. Heavenly's account, they don't want no smoke. They will delete your account immediately. And, to be honest with you, I truly feel that with what's going on right now, it's really a culmination of not being responsible finally exploding everywhere. To me, because like I said at the beginning, middle, end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, I think people don't realize that, even though this is reality TV, you still have to go back to the realness in your life. Now, I said tonight on my review, Alora is a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful looking sister. You know what I mean? I think she was 17 at the time, now 18, but
She
she's
is.
grown
She
into
is
it.
absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely. And I said if she
She's
was
gorgeous.
24, 20, absolutely. If she was 24, 25, a grown age, right? I would be interested. But also, too, when you're dating somebody, you also get to know their
Mm-hmm.
family. Now, Swamp Talk, you and I have known each other for a little bit.
Right.
Could you imagine me and Dr. Heavenly in the
Right.
same room?
Oh, that
Okay,
would be
so
hilarious. Oh my
so
god.
so listen, you know what I mean? So you gotta be careful because sometimes what parents don't realize is you can cut off your own kids' blessings because of your soul. And there have been
Yep.
relationships that have
That's
never
true.
formed because it's like, you know what? I love you, but I cannot deal with your mama. Because if I go off on your mama, we might not have a relationship.
Exactly.
And you don't want to do that. Now, Damon, I feel like
Yep.
me and Damon will be
That is
cool. You
true.
know what I mean? Because he's kind of slick. He's quiet,
Yeah.
but he carries a big stick, and he understands business, but he also understands how to have
Yeah.
fun. So me and him will be cool.
Absolutely. I love Dr. Damon.
Yeah,
Dr. Damon is so laid back. He's so respectful. I love me some Dr. Damon.
absolutely.
And I
So
don't
me,
like
so
the
me,
fact that they're trying to make it, if he is cheating, like I said, I don't put nothing past the man or whatever. Like he doesn't disrespect his wife. And I feel like they just doing that to him because of Heavenly. And that's not right. Because he
absolutely.
doesn't bother anybody. Even when all of the men are giving their opinions on different stuff that's happened, he does not. And I don't like that. Dr. Damon does not bother
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, and you know what? If he is doing that, that will eventually be found out. But let that happen on its own. Don't attack somebody because of a guilty by association. Like I said, I feel like me and Dr. Damon would be cool, but
Exactly.
it's just like if Dr. Heavily said, "Well, all you do is just run your mouth." I'm like, "Excuse me, I can do a talk show, I can do a game show, I can host New Year's Eve, I can do radio, I can do an audio book. I can tell you my diversity of how I use my voice. What the hell do you do?" And then at that point, she is going to be pissed, and it's going to be a whole problem. Now I'm just a Megan the Stallion using factual information, and she's being Nicki Minaj. What am I supposed to do? Now, me and Laura are gonna have a conversation. Be like, you can't go after my mom like that. Once again, do you not know your damn mama? Listen, I love you, but I will love myself more than being in this. And you don't want your daughter to come to you and be like, "Listen, mom, I love you. And I'm never going to cut off a man from my mama, but you're getting me to that point." And that's when reality is going to be very real.
Yeah. Some mamas can be overbearing. Some mamas can be overbearing. Like, I love Mama Joyce or whatever, but Mama Joyce was too much. I felt like Mama Joyce was always in Candy's relationship, not so much because she had a disdain for the guy she was dating, but she worried about Candy money herself. That was Mama Joy's thing, and like she was overbearing and always in her stuff or whatever. I was so glad when she finally just fell back. Like, leave her alone. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. And not to mention, too, it's just like my thing is if I had kids, until they are fed up with it, I'm not fed up with it. Let them be them. You know what I mean? And honestly, too, like Mama Joyce, your daughter is a legend in the game that consistently makes money. Can you just rest in that? Like your daughter's alive, she's well. Like you could be in a lot worse of a situation. Let's not. Why are we doing this?
And then the way she acted with Todd, like, okay, you were at that shit. Mama Joyce acted as if Todd was broke. Todd was not broke. Todd has been producing shows for a long time before he even knew who Candy. I mean, everybody knew who Candy was before they even got together. Todd was producing shows. He was, in the industry. So it was crazy for me for her to act like, he was just leeching on to her because, Mama Joyce was out of line.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like, get to know somebody for you before you judge them. You know what I mean? Because at that point, I feel like with some moms, I feel like if you will have that attitude with him, you will have that attitude with anybody that she dates. If it gets that crazy.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. That is true. So what have you heard about the Natalie Nunn and Curtis situation?
Child, I talked about it live tonight on Virtual Tour Live. I'm just like, you know what? I have no love, grace, or space for Natalie Nunn because no, I remember the season of Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars. And I felt so bad for Jacob. I was just like, brother, if you leave her, everybody will give you love, grace, and space, brother. Listen, I would go to WeT and be like, listen, I want to be in a relationship. We can make a Black Bachelor. I'll be the Bachelor. And I was at the point where, like, listen, if I can get in touch with WeTV, I would be the damn host of it. That's how bad Natalie was on that show. And in the preview for the Baddies Caribbean auditions, she said, let's pray to the baddie gods. Bow your head, turn to your neighbor and slap that itch. And somebody slapped a woman and she laughed at it. I have no love, grace, or space for that because I believe they have a daughter. And I brought this up not to be an actual social self-hole, but to be an actual social self-hole for a purpose. If there was a woman that would have said that and Natalie and Jacob's daughter was in that situation and somebody slapped their daughter, Natalie would be having a fit. So I have no
Mm.
love, grace, or space for that. Now, I believe in being in extortion and sextortion? No, I do not. But when you do that to that, oh no, you deserve everything the fuck you get. Like I'm sorry, and not to mention too, a break.
Yeah.
Really? So when she said, "Well, he had baddies too," well,
Yeah.
guess what? If he would have brought something home that can't that no tool from the Home Depot or Lowe's could fix in your home, if you know what I mean, you would be pissed all the way off. Like, let's be real about this. So I couldn't do it.
Yeah. But I think like I guess maybe they have an understanding in their marriage or whatever. Like, I wasn't surprised when that came out. I mean, because it's been floating around for a while. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, everybody's surprised, acting like they surprised about this. Like, it's like no shock. She cheating on her husband. Okay, yeah. So it is what it is. I don't care for
Right.
Netley. I really don't.
Yeah, neither do I. Listen, I pray for Jacob and that baby, but I don't pray for
And
Natalie.
then they got a new show. They have a new show that's on Zeus. It's called Baddies versus Wild. They had
Child,
the premiere was yesterday,
mm,
so I watched it this morning.
I give you all the credit in the world. I don't know
Now
how
that's
your
a
brain
mess.
cell. Listen, I say this very lovingly, and you know I love you very much, Swamp Talk. I do not know how your brain cells formed the brain to watch that. I just could not do. I'm just like, and this is associated with Nick Cannon. Like, I played the preview on
They
Virtual Tour
are
Live,
hilarious
and
to me.
at the end of it,
Yes,
Nick
it
Cannon's,
is.
it's incredible. I'm like, you were the youngest writer at Nickelodeon. You go from that achievement to this? Sure. Okay. All right. That works for you. It works for me.
It is hilarious. The things. Oh, I mean, oh my God, it's a mess. And then of course they got the fighting last night. Jocelyn slept Natalie.
I mean, listen, honestly, if I was Plumber, the bigger star to me on
Hot
that
mess.
network is Jocelyn. I really believe that. I
Yes.
think Jocelyn is the bigger star than Natalie. Real talk.
I do too. I do too. But Natalie has in her mind that she's bigger than everybody. Um, but Jocelyn really is a bigger star than she is.
Yes,
I mean, coke that and whatever. She's still a bigger star than Natalie.
absolutely. There's no question about it. Like, I would say
She
honestly,
really is. And then
I was
Jocelyn,
yeah.
but the thing that tripped me out with Jocelyn was on there last night telling Natalie that she was a whore. I said, now see, we wouldn't even fought over that, baby. I'd have fell out on that stage if Jocelyn called me a hoe. Girl,
I,
really?
I
Jocelyn,
mean, listen.
you came on the scene as a hoe.
Well, I mean, listen. Did she lie though? That's all I'm asking. Did she lie?
Nah, she ain't lying. They both hoes though.
Lord
He
help.
ain't lying. They both hoes though, Braylon. Both of them some hoes.
Ah, Lord help me, Father God, Lord
Both of
Jesus.
them. That deputy dog hoes. Yeah.
Lord
She,
Jesus. No,
yeah,
and you know what?
Jocelyn gets married to whatever that dude name is.
Right,
And then
right.
here not all of a sudden your whole slate is clean, girl. Bye. You are a hoe.
No,
A
no.
deputy
Listen,
dog hoe.
listen,
Deputy dog hoe. Girl, stop. Both y'all are hoes.
Lord Jesus. And listen, and I do agree with you. I think they both have a past where they really can't judge each other, honestly. And it's just like it had at some point in time, you have
Uh-huh.
to think to yourself that there's got to be more to life than me being in situations where I'm scared to even just walk outside. You gotta at least think more of that. Like with doing virtual tour live, I'm just like, I don't got no cast members. Nobody's whooping my behind. I ain't got to worry about being associated with, oh my God, here come Braylon. Because it's just like, at least on my channel, you look, like I said about my 901 thumbnails, my legendary 901 videos, by the way. It's 901. Damn it, you saw the thumbnail, and damn it, you know why you're here. At least you know why you coming to me. So I'm not like a surprise 18-wheeler. I'll let you know I'm coming right away. Now, it's your choice to get in front of this 18-wheeler and take the impact. Mentally, of course, y'all. Mentally. But it's just like, there's got to be more to your life than being portrayed as a problem in society.
But that's type of stuff that sells, though.
Yeah.
You know, it does. You know?
Yeah, that's true. As sad as it is.
But Jocelyn's cabaret, though, I don't, I understand, like, all those girls, want to be, they're dancers, they want to be, in the entertainment industry, but the abuse that they have to go through with Jocelyn, I mean, it ain't even worth it. Like, I've watched Jocelyn's cabaret or whatever. There is absolutely no way I could have ever, me and Jocelyn would have told everything down. Like the way she talked to those girls and all that stuff. Jocelyn be talking to them girls and cussing them out and calling them whores and stuff as if she don't have, like her slate is clean or something. She kills me. Jocelyn really kills me. I don't know whether it be like that Coca-Cola that make her forget stuff or what. But yeah, she does that a lot. Like try to downgrade those girls, and it ain't worth it. It's not.
No, it's not. And listen, I'm a big believer in slow and steady wins.
And Natalie the same way. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Natalie is the same way though with the baddies brand or whatever. Natalie will bring those girls on there, and I'm so glad like this season of baddies that Krishan left, because I felt as though they were gonna have it where Krishan and her sister were fighting each other. And if you watch the show, you know that Krishan had some girls to jump her sister, and that was the wrong thing to do because Tashiki beat the hell out of all of them. But what I'm saying, I felt as though like they were gonna make it to where the sisters were fighting each other, and I didn't want to see that. Like, I really didn't.
And listen, I think that Krishan Rock is a human being, but also too, in the same token, it's like, how much can I support you when you still put yourself in these situations? Because for those of you who may not know who Krishan Rock used to be, she actually was a track star. She won Ultimate Tag on Fox and won $10,000. Yes. Like, this woman could have been a gold medalist, and now she's in this. And I'm just like, I'm not
she's
saying,
talented. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
She is so talented. She's talented. I love her music. I love her style. I believe that Krishan and Tashiki, her sister, both could get into boxing. Because them girls got it. Like, they got them hands. They really could do professional boxing or whatever. But Krishan is so wrapped into that demon seed, blue face or whatever, like she ain't gonna never reach her full potential because like she doesn't know her worth.
No, she doesn't, and it's quite sad. And I'm not saying really that every reality,
and it's sad.
No, it is, and I'm not saying that every reality show needs a Braylon Lee, because there's only one Braylon Lee. Let's get that straight, okay? But I'm also saying too that sometimes on a reality show you may need a Braylon type of energy to say the quiet part out loud, to be that one person that
Yeah.
nobody can stand. But at the end of the season, it's like, you know what? This season was better with him or with that energy on it than off of it. You need that one person to be that. What's that phrase that they say? A force
Yeah.
multiplier. You need that force multiplier. But also too,
Uh-huh.
the reality show has to allow that force multiplier to be that force multiplier. And that's real talk.
Right. So what do you think about the latest stuff with Arian, Billy Goat Carey, and Martell?
Child, I'm just like, oh, when season 7 comes on TV, we're gonna be on season 8 on YouTube. That's where I'm at with it. Like, I honestly, I'm serious. Season 7 right now is on YouTube. By the time season 7 comes to TV, we will be on season 8 on YouTube. Believe you me. Um, I have never seen
Yeah.
two people so desperate, tired, and just
Yeah.
downright a personification of a disgrace in real life like them. Um, and quite frankly, it's sad because really, truly, you don't realize that you guys are the cause of your own toxicity. Um, and to say that you had a child
Exactly.
out of spite, you do realize that you have to raise that spite, right? You do realize that. So, and I said this tonight on Virtual Tour
Uh-huh.
Live of I don't get
Yep.
how at 29 years old, being a family of one. Now I have my mom, my dad, my sister. I love them very much. But I'm talking about just my personal life for me. I am so sad at 29 years old being a family of one that I have more sense not to make a child out of spite than grown people who should be responsible for what the hell they do. That's sad.
Hmm.
When a young person on YouTube has more sense than grown people.
Right.
Storm Talk, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Martell is like so pathetic. I it's absolutely crazy, like the stuff that he's done. Um, and like I was saying earlier, like I know, like I'm new to this content creating, but at some point you have to have breaks. I do know that because I've watched, been on YouTube a long time. Watching different content creators.
mm-hmm.
And there's a lot that comes to, content creators inbox or whatever about
Yes.
different things, celebrities, whatnot. And that's just something that I don't think, unless I don't even think if I knew it were true, I wouldn't have put it out. Like
No.
it's absolutely sad. And it's sad that, that area, that slut bucket is so damn spiteful and hateful and malicious and evil that she would even, I know Martell told her that the bitch go off anything that Martell tell her. She take it as gold. She take it as the Bible or whatever. When she knows that he's a known liar, like he's
Yes.
absolutely a known liar. I don't know if that is true what they said on that audio. I don't know. But I don't know how they thought that there was a dig at Mel if that did happen to her when she was a child. Do you know how many people that have went through that?
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
it's
was it
not
was
a
it was
dig at her. Like
right.
what? what should she have done to stop that? And then for them to insinuate that Mrs. Van never didn't believe her or whatever, like that is absolutely sad and pathetic. And they are
It
absolutely
is.
wrong for putting that stuff out. Like I don't care.
I
It's
agree.
terrible. It's absolutely
I
terrible.
agree. I totally agree. And I think, truly it goes to show you who has who it goes to show you how desperate people will be just to exist on YouTube and on social media. Um, and I don't say that to say that
Exactly.
either. I say that because I've seen many examples of it. And listen, I know everybody's got to find their niche,
Mm-hmm.
but what you don't realize is what you do will come back on you. It may not come back in your time, but it will come back through a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Right.
sometimes when people think that, oh my God, why would you say that? That's so mean. That's so disrespectful. I'm like, no, 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 no. It's a difference between being disrespectful and being truthful. And sometimes being truthful sounds disrespectful when it's the truth about you. Real talk. Because what I've come to realize, Swamp Talk, is if I say something, if you say
Mm-hmm.
something, if anybody says something that is actually true, that person usually is not upset at us. They get upset at us the most because there is no connection to us. Because what we have said has probably been said in their actual life by multiple people that
Uh-huh.
actually care about them, but because they didn't want to hear it from them, they're going to take it out on the person that they don't have any feelings for. But not recognizing once you're done with us, you still got to deal with your
Right.
truth. So it is
Exactly.
what it is.
Yeah. It's absolutely just sad and pathetic. And
It
like I
is.
said, Mel is a better woman than I'll ever be because the way that I would have donkey kicked both of them in their mouth after all the stuff they done to that lady, it's ridiculous. And Martell, I mean, he was married to this lady. They had 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that is true, the fact that you went to this side whore and disclosed that to her or whatever, just like it's a character flaw on his part. Well, which he don't care because, like I said, he's a demon. And that's what that baby seen in the house that day, a demon, because both of them are demonic.
Well, I was on Chit Chat with QT's panel, and I said, listen, I called 3 different experts about that thing. So I called Casper's black uncle Jasper. They said they don't go to non-friendly homes. Then I called Raj from Monsteropolis, Monsters Inc. And I talked to Raj and Sully and Mike Wazowski. They said that they don't create any laughter that would be useful for Monsteropolis. And then I called Ghostbusters. That's like, listen, we've dealt with many ghosts, but we care about our livelihood and actually having a life. So I called all 3 of them, and they all said no. So it was funny because when I said on the panel, they were like, Braylon, I know you did not just say that. I'm like, yeah, listen, we go to experts on things that we don't know about. There was something that was said. I checked into it. That's it. That's all.
Exactly. Mm-mm. Lord have mercy. And then Arian on that live talking about that when they asked her about like how she was gonna explain this situation to her children, she said she just gonna sit Paris down and explain stuff to her. So then they asked her like how she would explain the situation to Knox. She said, "Well, I really don't have to explain it to him because he's gonna be a man."
Child,
Oh my god, that girl. Oh my god,
listen.
like mom, like when he
The
come in the door, mama, they say, mom, when he come in that door and he said, "Mama," the boys at school saying that you a dick sucking hoe or whatever, and you mess with it,
Oh
you
my
down with
Lord.
OPP.
I mean, listen, I said this tonight, right? About this whole thing. That hopefully what will end up happening is, some kids get an example on what not to be so they know what they can be. And that's what I hope, right? Out of this situation does come
Yeah.
some resolve, does come some joy, does come some peace because kids didn't ask to be here. Um, and listen, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, really adults are just kids who grew up, and he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. You know what I mean? So I wish that baby well. Um,
That's
I
right.
wish all kids well because you never
I do
know
too.
what kids are going through. You know what I mean? So, and not to mention too, this is already a fiery furnace. Ain't
Right.
no point in putting lighter fluid on it, y'all. Like really.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-mm-mm. It's a mess. A hot mess.
It is.
Yeah. Well, you got any final thoughts?
Well, my final thoughts is first of all, I am so damn proud of you of how you are growing. I'm so proud of that. I love you very, very much, and you're going
Thank
to be great in anything you
thank
do.
you, feeling.
No, listen, it is no problem at all. Number two, I think that this period in time hopefully will be hopefully it will be a mentally bought lesson for all of us, so that way we can go into our blessings. And finally, when you go to bed tonight, just think about where you're not at and rest in that. If you ever get weary, if you
Mm-hmm.
ever get doubtful, if you ever get
Okay.
scared on where you feel like you ain't, think about where you could be. And that should snap you right back into reality. So those are my final thoughts. I
Yeah.
love you. I value you. And I embrace you very much,
Right.
Long Talk. You know I love you.
Thank you so much, Braylon. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for coming up here, chatting with me, and I really appreciate you more than you'll ever know, or whatever. Like, this is some work. I didn't realize how much y'all had to do.
Yes.
Like, this is really some work.
But you know what? You're doing it
Yeah.
well, and you're doing it in your own space, your own
But
time, and in your own
we've
movement.
been on here. Yeah, right. We've been up here for 3 hours, 28 minutes, and 55 seconds. So
Come
I
on.
want to thank everybody that came through, that, chatted up in the chat. My little brother Braylon, who always
Much
comes with
love,
the
everybody.
positivity, the encouragement, the enlightenment, or whatever. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you want more of, you want to see.
Yes.
Tell me what I'm doing wrong or whatever, or whatever. Just let me know, because I'm new to this and I have a long ways to go.
Yes.
Thank you
And be
all. Thank you
respectful about it
all.
too,
Thank you
y'all.
all
For real.
for tuning in to Swamp Talk. I mean, if they don't be respectful, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't told them. If you not respectful, it is what it is. Because, like, I'm not that one. You know what I'm saying? I can take corrective criticism, but don't come at me sideways, baby, because I take it to Mars. I promise you.
That's it.
I
And listen, if you don't
I'm
teach people how to treat you,
TTG trying to go.
that's it. If you don't teach people how to treat you, they will do anything. So I just said that because you deserve that. So that's all I was doing.
Exactly. Love you, Braylon. Thank you for being
Love you
here.
too.
And we are about to get up out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, and share me with your people. people, thank you for tuning in to Swan